you know, people think I'm odd. You know, I perhaps not liked that much by people, but I mean, I think, you know, it's nice to be popular, but it's the way it's gone, and there's nothing much, you can't really do much about the past. So
have you felt that all your life, that people don't like you?
I think possibly, yeah. I mean, I haven't really felt it all my life, but it has sort of come and gone. You know, I do believe in honesty, and there's no point. I don't like people pretending, you know. But I think recently I went to Peterborough. I went there, you know, and I'm quite into poetry, and I mean, I'm quite into the poet John Clare. And,
yeah.
He said that the sort of natural state of people is away from people anyway, with nature, and so. When you look at what's gone on in the world, you know, people can be difficult, you know, people cause troubles, you know, and my life's been pretty troubling, but it's not, I don't think it's me that's the problem. It's perhaps people's perception of you, and then they don't get to know you that well. I think I mean, I think a lot of because I perhaps more emotional because my mother was from Cyprus and my father wasn't English, you know, he was sort of you know, a lot of white British people can be quite closed in their emotions, so it could be the emotional thing, but it could be jealousy, I don't know, you know. It's difficult to get actually got on very, very well when I lived in Russia, actually, because the Russians are very inviting. They invite you into their houses for meals and all that, whereas English people can be quite a bit cold, and they seem to be standoffish when it comes to inviting you for. Well, I mean, I grew up in an emotional household with my mum and dad. My mother was Greek Cypriot. My father was sort of British, but he grew up in Turkey, you see. So they were very emotional in the family, and then sort of growing up, you have to you get involved with people that are the sort of Englishness, where you know, perhaps you sort of step up a lip. I think people have described me as I'm not really a people person. You know, prefer to I don't mind being on my own, you know, and but it's been tough because especially when my mum and dad passed away. It was to do with money, and but it's me and a lot of other people, you know. There was a radio once, the radio program once, where I heard that if you get on with your brothers and sisters, great, you know, but if it goes wrong and sour, it's like a poison, you know, and they can hate you like there's no hate. Now I'm not allowed to actually write a letter because the police will come around, you know. But I think people, I get on all right with people on a short, and then it's nice to escape and get away from that area and be at peace, you know. Well, sitting at home. Reading a book or going for walks in nature, swimming, hill walking, do a lot of hill walking, listening to music, you know, that sort of thing, really. Well, I don't try and look back. Apparently, it's not good. It's not good to look back so much. I don't. I mean, it's pointless regretting things, you know. Maybe the best is to come, you know, and. I'm quite philosophical about it. I mean, people think that sometimes the past, you think of it, the past doesn't actually exist, you know. So, obviously it would have been nice to, you know, meet somebody when I was in my 20s and maybe be married and have lots of kids. Now, it didn't work out that way, but you learn a lot from, I always think you learn, when things go wrong, you learn perhaps more than when things go right, you know. So, perhaps I've got things to offer that perhaps somebody else doesn't have, that had a more stable upbringing. So we're all different, you know, because I don't think I'm that great working for other people, you know. I've had trouble in the past doing that.
What happens when you get with people then? But something goes wrong.
You say something that's not politically correct, or you say something that somebody doesn't like and they stop talking to you, and then it goes on from there, you know. Somebody walk into a room and perhaps upset somebody just by looking at them the wrong way or something. I don't know. I used to think when I was younger it was my fault, honestly, and it did get me down quite a lot. But I think as I got older, I don't think it is my fault, really. It's just the way it is. And perhaps if I grew up in Cyprus or Italy, where my roots are from. Yeah.
So, Peter, if you were going to write your life story, I ask everybody this question, really. What would you call your life story if you were to write that?
Trouble.
Really?
Lots of trouble, but a good coper, perhaps, I've had a lot of trouble, but I've managed to cope, keep smiling, I think sometimes when you have a lot of trouble, it actually is more interesting than not having the trouble, and then you learn more than people that have had a comfortable. There is a lot of, you do meet a lot of people that have comfortable existences, and they sort of have a comfort zone, and you sometimes you can see that they're not really happy. Maybe they're very comfortable, they've got lots of things, but they're not happy, in inverted commas, sort of thing. But what have I got that's different to them?
Are you happy?
Possibly not really. No, I wish I was, but there's things I'd like, but I haven't managed to get in my life. So possibly, no. Honestly, I'm not really. No.
Writing is the best way.